My name's Brian Wilson, and I am a tile setter. I had a normal childhood life. I had great parents, great brother, couldn't ask for any better. We weren't poor, we weren't rich, we made it. Had been to church a couple times when I was younger. I went to vacation Bible school a couple times, but never paid it much mind. Was more concerned with myself than thinking about any kind of deal with God. Once I hit 9th grade is when all the partying started, the drugs, the alcohol, whatnot. That spiraled out of control all through high school. I met my wife, and we had a daughter, and right then and there, I'm pretty sure that's when I needed to start growing up. We always have financial problems. Being a small business, there's hardly ever a payroll. So there's always that weighing on you, and as years went on, I watched my wife almost die from a sickness she had. And you know, there were people praying for her and stuff, and it was nothing that a Saturday night and a bottle of whiskey couldn't cure. Except you wake up next morning, you got the same problems, and you got a hangover. So, you know, I never thought God could help me through anything. I never could understand it. Why doesn't He come around and show Himself and let us know that He is still there and everything's gonna be all right? You know, just kind of brush it off your shoulder like whatever. Met a certain guy, Brian Yoder. We would work on jobs from time to time, and we got to know each other a little more, and we talked a little bit. A couple jobs down the line, he starts telling us about this thing the church is putting on called Raising the Bar. And then he's showing me pictures on his phone. I'm looking at all this stuff. I'm thinking, yeah, sounds pretty cool. Well, I don't see any beer in those guys' hands. So it comes time to register for it. And my dad and brother are all gung-ho to go. And I wouldn't mind checking it out, but again, financial problems, I couldn't afford it. He's oh, no problem, I got you. That Friday night rolls around to go out there, and I'm thinking to myself, please, no churching. I don't want to sit through no church. I don't want to hear no preaching. I don't want to get trapped into this. So we pull up, and it's a nice big building. There's boats outside and stuff. It's looking pretty cool. Walk inside, and there's hot rods and whatnot. You can smell the barbecues. Pretty cool. So I go up and get my information packet, and I'm going through it. All right. And there it is, session. It's like, I knew it. I knew I was trapped into this. I knew it. And I was instantly just on fire mad on the inside. If I had driven myself, I'd have been in the truck and I'd been gone. But I went into the auditorium, and I sat down. There's people in there hanging out. Nothing had started yet. And I sitting there, and there's 3 screens up on the stage, and there's a message scrolling across. And all of a sudden, everything went foggy. And then those 3 screens were just crystal clear. And then there was a message scrolling across. All of a sudden, I just had this feeling come over me of just peace and happiness. I couldn't even imagine it. And it answered every question I ever had about why am I here, what's it all about, every fear, every doubt, everything I ever wondered about was answered right then and there. It was like Jesus standing there and He's saying, here I am, arms out, I love you, are you coming? What do you do? Yeah, I'm going. You know, I couldn't believe that took a guy who spent the last hour mad at the world because I got trapped into church, and like that, I want to be with Him. It's powerful stuff. After I gave my heart to Him, I started seeing the world in a new light. When you have Him in your life, you know that everything's going to be all right. He has never once failed to provide for me, to get me through stuff, to comfort me. I don't care how big, bad, and tough you think you are. You're never bigger than God. You're never gonna be able to handle stuff like you can when He is in your life. You can't. I have 2 friends of mine that'll be here. They have been through all the drugs and alcohol since 9th grade, and we are still friends today. You know, I don't even call them friends, I call them brothers. I love those guys. I would die for those guys, and I want them to know and feel how I feel about it, because I don't want them to miss out on that. I don't want anybody to miss out on that. Being all in for living for God is the only way to live. And all I want to do is be the man He wants me to be.